So when you first get the iPhone 8 Plus or play with it in the store, you're going to notice that it has a glass sandwich design, very similar to what we had on the iPhone 4 and 4S days, and it feels definitely more premium than it has in the past here, although we know glass is prone to break. At the bottom, the iPhone logo under there had some FCC branding. That's gone, and you do see a little bit of a different trim around the camera, as well as the Apple logo is behind the glass now, so you can't really scratch it up too easily anymore. So definitely a premium design. On the front, we do see a very similar iPhone as of the past. You aren't going to even notice it's an 8 Plus if you see it on the streets. The fingerprint scanner, Touch ID, makes its return, and up at the top, it looks very familiar to the iPhone 7 Plus with its longer earpiece for the audio. Now on the left side, you're going to see that volume rocker switch, and on the right side, you're going to see the power button as well as the SIM card tray. Now that silent switch is also a nice return here. We do like to see this. You don't see this on many Android phones. And at the bottom, we do have our Lightning port with no headphone jack. So if those of you guys who are wishing the headphone jack to come back, it's not happening here. But hopping into the iPhone, you're going to notice iOS 11, the all-new operating system, is new here on the iPhone 8 Plus, and it's a very simple operating system. And if you're an Apple fan, this is the best time probably ever to buy an iPhone, as it's one of the fastest operating systems on the planet here, and you have the fastest chip in the world, and it sure does show here on the iPhone 8 Plus. Now the battery life is questionable right now when it comes to iOS 11, but we're going to talk more about the battery life on this phone itself. Let's talk about what really matters here with the iPhone 8 Plus, and that's that Apple A11 Bionic chip, the most powerful chip in the world, hands down. I have tested it on Geekbench as well as in my real world testing. It seems extremely quick, probably the fastest chip right now money can buy. We'll have to wait to see what the market does and if it responds, but right now it feels faster than what the iPhone 7 Plus had. Now I don't think iOS 11 feels faster than what iOS 10 felt like when the 7 Plus arrived, but overall this thing is a powerhouse and it feels extremely quick. You're going to notice it a lot in the AR augmented reality, where this thing doesn't even get warm under using this extremely high-tech technology here. You can go around and play with AR all you want all day, and I find the processor to keep cool and run it probably more efficient and better, not as laggy as any of the other iOS devices. ARKit can also be ran here on the iPhone 8 Plus. So this A11 Bionic is a huge selling point, and if you're looking for the fastest phone you can buy, you're definitely going to like what the iPhone 8 Plus has to offer. Geekbench scores are ridiculous at 4223 on the single core and 10267 on the multi-core. I mean, this is really getting close to MacBook level performance here for your iPhone 8 or 8 Plus. Talking a little bit more about the dual camera, portrait lighting makes its way here, and that's the main feature you're going to notice different between these 7 Plus. Also, if you look at these cameras on paper, you would think they're about the same, but Apple did something with these cameras that make them actually look a little bit sharper, a little bit better, and I think the best camera money can buy on a smartphone right now. That's very debatable with the Galaxy Note 8, but I really do like what I'm seeing here from iPhone 8 Plus. But those portrait pictures, if you get in good lighting, this is the natural light mode, it will come out pretty good, and this is the stage light, and no other smartphone can really do this right now. And the selfie quality, if you're a selfie maniac, is going to be very sharp, so that's cool. But the rear camera is also very sharp here. As you can see, great levels of detail, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed at all with this camera. Now also, the video is improved here. It has vibrational feedback when you hit the shutter key, which is a first on an iPhone. It's kind of like a haptic feedback actually, and the zoom functionality goes up 10x. You can shoot in up to 4K 60, which I'm going to show you an example here. It is downscaled for this video. Slow-mo goes in up to 240 FPS, so this is a very versatile camera. So here is at 4K 60. You can see just very smooth, very sharp video, and a lot of DSLRs and mirrorless cameras cannot even perform this. So the iPhone is always pushing the industry forward, I think, when it comes to its camera, and the 8 Plus is no exception. Now on the front, you do have the ability to use the power button or the volume rockers to go ahead and take a photo, and Retina Flash makes its return. 7 megapixel again. So overall, the camera is a huge selling point on the iPhone 8 Plus. Look past the design because you get a great camera. Now, battery life on paper, 2691 milliamp hours, but in the real world practice, I found it to be more impressive than the iPhone 7 Plus when it was new on iOS 10. So is there any other improvements that make the iPhone 8 Plus worth your time? And I think yes, in the audio. So if you do like your speakers to be loud, this is 25% louder than the iPhone 7 Plus, and I have confirmed this to be true. Definitely can notice a difference. So speakerphone lovers, you're gonna love this device. But in terms of the core experience, iOS 11 can be found on any device for 5S and above, and even older iPads up until now, which is where it really shines. So it's not that much different in terms of software. The iPhone logo is a little bit cleaner because it doesn't have that writing below it, but what really shines here is the Apple A11 Bionic. You're gonna have to care about that. You're gonna have to care about running AR applications here, which I don't think are quite ready for prime time just yet. They're still an emerging technology. Portrait mode photography, you're gonna have to love that as well. But other than that, I do think this makes the iPhone 7 Plus look even more attractive at a cheaper price, as it gives you pretty much all that it offered here on the 8 Plus. Now, the 8 Plus is still a fantastic smartphone, and I'm not trying to sway you not to buy it. I just think that you're better suited putting your money towards the X if you're gonna pay this kind of money for a smartphone, as the 256 gig model really pushes that price point of $1,000